What's up, YouTube? Shamu Aquariums here, bringing you guys another update. And as you can see, Project Gravel Swap is complete. Now, I know I said in my last video that I was going to do it section by section. So earlier in the week, I did that first section first, and then planned on doing this middle section this weekend, and then doing that third and final section next weekend. But I decided to do the second and third section all in one go, just to get it over with. Now, it was almost the same process, it had the same results. There was almost no clouding afterwards, and everything went pretty smooth. Now, for this section, like from under this big driftwood to about under the edge of this branch, I got a 1-inch vinyl tube and sucked out all the old gravel from under here, because like sticking a large net under this wood to scoop gravel out would have been a royal pain in the ass. And that's because I cannot get this big driftwood out of the tank for shit. It was already enough of a pain in the ass to get it in here, but getting it out would also have involved like a bunch of awkward twists and turns. And yeah, I didn't want to mess with that, so I basically just lifted it up a little bit and started vacuuming all the old gravel out from under it. Because, like, just to give you an idea of how big this driftwood is, it is touching the front glass and almost touching the back glass. So yeah, getting it out of the tank would have been a royal pain. So yeah, but the one thing I did not like about that big hose was the fact that it sucked water out of the tank really fast. Like, just from like sucking the gravel out from this section, just from edge of the screen to edge of the screen, it drained enough water out to the tank where my water level got down to this filter intake. And that's usually where I limit my water changes. So I knew I still had work to be done, so I had to go get like 3 5-gallon buckets of fresh water and put it in the tank, and then continue vacuuming out the old gravel over here. But then once I got to the end of this branch, I stopped using the big tube, and over here where it was easier to remove stuff out of the tank, I just got my regular siphon that I use for normal water changes and gravel vacs, and started deep cleaning the old gravel over here, and then scooped the rest of it out with a net so I wouldn't be removing any more water from the tank. And boy, it was kind of annoying because these idiot cories over here would not leave this end of the tank, and I was literally pushing them away with the net, and they kept coming back, and they would actually like dodge the net, like go right around the net and go back over here. So I just said, all right, motherfuckers, and I just scooped them out of the tank and dumped them on the far other side of the tank, and they didn't come back after that, so I was able to finish my work in peace. And luckily nobody got buried alive. Now, fish did freak out a little bit during this process, because even if you do shoo all your fish to one side of the tank, when you're working on the middle section, no matter what side of the tank they're on, you're still going to have large moving objects and your hands within close proximity of these fish. And anybody who has owned bala sharks or roseline sharks knows that large moving objects in the tank equals fish freaking out. Come on, camera, focus. What's up with you? And yeah, I did have some of my roselines trying to jump out of the tank as I was finishing up getting the new gravel into the tank, and especially as I was getting these large rocks into their spots. And with this large rock over here, I actually almost accidentally squashed my angelfish. And he saw that rock coming down from above him, and he completely lost it. He freaked out, and he ended up smacking himself into the glass, which scared the living shit out of me, but luckily he is fine. He was eating last night and eating this morning. Doesn't seem hurt or stressed out at all. So that was a relief there. Now with this naturally colored gravel, all of my fish are showing their more natural colors. Their colors are completely popping right now. Now the camera doesn't do any justice because I'm using an iPhone, but for the longest time, my largest roseline shark seemed to be the only one who showed those fully mature roseline shark colors. When he hangs out in this part of the tank, the light doesn't hit him right, so you can't really see how colorful he is. But now the rest of them are starting to show their natural mature colors a little bit. Now granted, the big guy still looks better than all the others, but I'm starting to see more mature colors on the rest of them now, which is a good thing. Because I did not like how that white gravel would like reflect off the bottom of the tank and reflect it onto the fish and drown out their colors a bit. But yeah, this guy's still the best looking one, but all the other ones are starting to look as good as him almost. Look at that green on his back. It's a good 5-inch chunky boy with the fully mature coloration that these fish are known for. And look how ugly this one is compared to him. But yeah, even with this naturally colored gravel, my Bosemani rainbow fish, who mostly hang out in the middle or the top, when they come down here, they really pop. And boy, I'm really glad I did this gravel swap because all of my fish are looking really good, especially when they go down near the gravel. I thought about black gravel, but I don't want my red tail shark to completely camouflage with the gravel. Where'd he go? Come on, man. It's like my favorite fish in the tank, but I can hardly ever get him on camera. There he is. Or she, that's a she. But yeah, I do want black gravel, but when you have black fish, you'd have a camouflage issue. That's one of my uglier Bosemani rainbows. But yeah, happy with the results. I will be keeping an eye on my water parameters for the next week or so. I bought sea chem stability just in case, but hopefully I won't need it. But just in case of a tank cycle crash, I got it. But anyway, that's all for today's video. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.